I'm Mr. Arroyo on your in-custody docket.
Okay,
We're here for a bail order.
and for what it's worth, you don't really have to approach. The only time is if you need something, then just for, it's a high bond, huh?
It is, Your Honor. We are requesting a PR.
Say it again.
We are requesting a PR bond, so.
Good morning, Mr. Arroyo. How's jail? Fun?
I'll say.
So February, you have a terroristic threat with us of a family or household member, and now you've picked up an evading arrest in a motor vehicle. While you're on bond for this case, you pick up a serious third-degree felony. What happened in a terroristic threat?
There's a threat, Your Honor?
The terroristic threat in our case, please.
In our case, on February 3rd, 2025, an officer responded to a weapons disturbance at a residence in Harris County, Texas. The officer met with a witness who stated that her granddaughter's boyfriend, the defendant, was upstairs in the house with a gun. The witness stated there were 5 other people in the residence and everyone exited the residence safely except for the defendant. Officer met with the witness who stated she had been dating the defendant for 3 years and broken up with him hours before, and the defendant left the residence.
Hold up. He's already out on bond for a terroristic threat, and now he picks up an evading arrest charge. Judges take that as a massive red flag. When you're already fighting one felony, the last thing you want to do is add fuel to the fire.
When it was asked the defendant if he wanted to retrieve some items, and the defendant said no. The defendant came back to the residence, and the complaining witness refused to let him in. Short time later, the defendant sent the complaining witness a picture of him inside her vehicle, pointing a handgun at her bedroom window. The complaining witness saw a laser through her bedroom window, which she knew was attached to a handgun that he owned. The defendant threatened to kick her door down and make forced entry into her home. The complaining witness still refused, and the defendant began hitting the windows around the house and screaming the complaining witness's name. The complaining witness called 911 and went inside a different bedroom.
Like something out of a movie, like a horror movie.
A second witness, the uncle, led the defendant inside the residence because he was unaware of the break-in. The defendant went straight into his room. The officers tried to make contact with the defendant but were unsuccessful. The defendant was identified by a photo and date of birth.
So tell me what happened now in the new, please, in the evading.
Yes, Your Honor. On April 2nd, 2025, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a vehicle in reference to a discharge of a firearm. While searching the neighborhood, the law enforcement officer made contact with the witness, who advised that the driver was a Hispanic male with light bushy hair, and the vehicle had a plastic wrapping around the rear window with one laminated tail lamp. The law enforcement officer continued to search the neighborhood and observed a vehicle that matched the description. The law enforcement officer made a U-turn and pursued the vehicle. As the law enforcement officer approached the vehicle, the driver accelerated speed and disregarded a stop sign.
Tell me they found a gun.
The law enforcement officer do not have that, Your Honor. The law enforcement officer initiated lights and sirens to stop the vehicle, failed to stop, failed to stop, accelerated speed, and disregarded multiple stop signs for approximately 3 minutes, and around 1.5 miles of roadway, reaching a speed of 62 miles an hour. There were multiple areas the defendant could safely stop, and the defendant stated he evaded because he believes he had an open warrant for family violence. I
Was this in warrant status? Do we know?
believe this wasn't warrant status, Your Honor. Let me.
It was a 2B, Your Honor. It was a 2B that was filed. It wasn't so I think they're speaking about the terroristic threat family violence in our case. And it was filed as a 2B. He never was arrested on it or didn't have the court.
You know, Mr. Arroyo, you need to think that in this world, when you go to jail, you now know you have no one that's going to pony up money to get you out. So when you go to jail on charges, you are stuck unless someone's right. Since January, you've had an unlawful restraint, an assault of a family member. Now you have these 2 open cases. Why would we continue to give PR bonds?
If I may, Your Honor, the 2 previous cases, the unlawful restraint and the assault family member, the file date was back in 2023. He had it set for a jury trial and it was dismissed. He never bond forfeited.
You represent him on this case?
I did not. I was just appointed today to him. Okay. But I'm just looking at the procedural posture of the case. He does not appear to be a flight risk of any kind. He took those cases and
Well, I mean, he's evading capture now with the police, you know? Um, Something's going on with you, man. I don't know what's going on, but who do you have in your life? Who's around to give our mom, dad? Who do you have? You got a son? What? You're a baby yourself. How the hell? I mean, do you live with mom?
I live with my mom.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Who do you live with?
Yeah, I live with my mom.
Do you actually live there or are you out on the street all the time?
I actually do live there. I stay there and I take my sisters to school in the morning and pick them up after school. And I work and I take care of my son every day that I can when I'm not working. And he sleeps over if I'm not going to work the next day. That's all I'm really doing. But
In the
I
last
just-
couple months, you've had 4 charges. What do we need to do to ensure you don't pick up a 5th?
he is now living with his mother. It sounds like before he was staying with the employment. So the change in location is going to be helpful, certainly. He now has employment. He works at Cosmic Air.
Let's do this. If you can, is mom here? No.
I don't believe
No,
so.
sir.
So let's do this. If you can verify that she will actually take him, because I'm not giving you a PR bond or even a bond reduction for you to just go out on the street.
Sir.
If I let you out, I'm putting you under very strict rules. No dope, no alcohol, and I'm going to test you like crazy. Does he have a license? You're not allowed to drive. I don't care what you got to do. I don't care about your little brother having to go somewhere or your son. If you don't have a license and you don't have car insurance, then no driving. That is a bond condition. I'm going to have you sign an affidavit promising me. If I find that you do, I can have a contempt hearing an additional 6 months. But I'm not letting you out unless you have a stable place to go to, because I don't want you out on the street. Nothing good. And I'm giving you a curfew as well. You understand?
Sir.
I'm going to put a monitor so I know where you are at all times, and then we'll talk. But first things first, not to the street. If you can verify that he's got a place, then let's talk. And I'm happy to do something.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Good morning, Mr. Bustamante.
This is straight out of a thriller. A gun, a laser through the bedroom window, and threats to break in. In most jurisdictions, that's more than just drama. It's enough for the court to consider him a danger to others and deny bond altogether.
Good morning.
So you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You now also have an immigration detainer. I will tell you that when you show up to court, good things happen. This doesn't have to happen. But when you continue to miss court, this is what happens. You ever pick up another charge, come to court.
Carlos, venga a la corte.
It's not a bad thing.
No es nada
You
malo.
understand?
¿Entiende?
Now you will end up with a conviction on your record. This DWI will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. If you ever get into a car and drive and you have the smell of anything funky,
Pero
it's
no,
probably not going to go well for you. So I would never, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, get into a car and drive.
en un carro y manejo.
After today, you will now be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick
Hacer
up.
en la cárcel cualquier nuevo caso.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, this will go on your record. You can never take it off. Is this what you want to do?
Quiere hacer
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty?
guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to sentence you to 30 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 90 days, the 19 days that you've done. I'm now going to suspend your license for 90 days.
Ese por no.
Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck to you, sir. Is your guy here?
Yes, sir.
Bring him up.
No, not at all. We have a disconnect on the reinstatement fee. Is the court requiring the reinstatement fee? I was told
I'm not going to. I want to admonish him.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool,
Hey,
cool. Mr. Fairfield, yes, we,
You know,
yeah,
I'm
yes.
not, no, I was going to grant it regardless.
Okay, cool, okay. It was a disconnect that he came to us. Come over here, Mr. Fairfield.
Oh, yeah.
He's already in PTI.
Okay, great. He already has an interlock, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you need to understand a couple things, that this license right here is on my name. You are only allowed to drive a car that has an interlock on it. This doesn't give you an open license to drive any car, only ones that have an interlock on it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You also need to pay that reinstatement fee. If you do not pay the reinstatement fee, this is only good for 30-something days, perhaps 45 days. You have to get in full compliance with DPS, and then they will extend this for the full life of the suspension, which is 90 days. If you don't pay the reinstatement fee, probably after 30, 45 days, this is not going to be valid, not worth of anything. Do you understand? So I would probably pay the reinstatement fee as soon as you can. Okay, done.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes,
All right.
Have a seat, Mr. Fairfield.
sir.
I'll bring it. Thank you.
What's new?
I've got a new case today, Mr. Romero Bennett.
Okay. And get her.
I believe he has, and
Okay.
so I talked to pretrial. He got tested already today. I know he's kind of told you he's on oxycodone, which he is prescribed, and so he wanted me to at least present the prescription
I cannot
information.
believe that they're still prescribing it. You're telling me they still prescribe Oxy?
I
They
mean,
went bankrupt, didn't they?
oh, I don't know about that.
Yes. Yes, the pharmaceutical company that makes that OxyContin, they went bankrupt. They got sued, they declared bankruptcy. I guess let me see what you got.
I think maybe generic.
I'm telling you, I don't know, maybe,
Like he
I
has the
know that they
bottle
went bankrupt.
and here's the prescription.
How many pills did he actually get? How long ago was this?
This is straight out of a thriller. A gun, a laser through the bedroom window, and threats to break in. In most jurisdictions, that's more than just drama. It's enough for the court to consider him a danger to others and deny bond altogether.
I cannot believe that they would prescribe this many. This is like an actual death sentence. It's like, this is freaking, this is like begging someone to get addicted to this shit. This is fucking nuts, man. These people, I'm not giving you an open ticket to use that, which is it's a literal death sentence. The problem is, Mr. Bennett, and I don't know if you realize this, but I can't tell you how many friends I've had that have died because what you do is you build up a powerful addiction to this shisa, and what happens is you keep taking, you put your lungs to sleep because of how powerful this thing, the addiction is so powerful that people convulse trying to get off. Seize.
I brought it just because it was in my system, just so you don't think I'm abusing it. I'm pretty sure my levels are down on what was in my system on the 4th.
I'm not going to ding you on it now, but I want it to stop. And I'm not going to continue to let you use. So,
You told me since the 4th. Haven't done nothing.
great. I don't want you to. I'm still going to test you for the foreseeable future. If I know that you're done and you're not using, then I'm happy to modify it. But I want to know that you're not using. And this stuff is so powerful that I'm scared to just take off and not test, right? So I'd like to do it for some time. If he's clean for a while, then I'm happy to take off. But I just don't want you to die. That's all I want, you know, or you take someone else on the way, you know, you just can't, it's so powerful. I can't believe that they would prescribe that much, that many, he tests today
Yes, Judge.
and,
So the THC and oxycodone.
okay. We need to figure out when it's going to stop. I'd like to know how many are left.
Okay.
You know, so we can build a plan to when I know it's going to stop. I'm not going to continue to let you use. Like if I see it in 2 weeks, I'm going to have a problem with it. I'm going to tell you now. So Just be safe. That's all I'm asking you to do, you know? All right, we'll reset you. I'm gonna test him next week at some point, and then we'll see how it goes.
Judge, we're still doing Monday, Thursday?
What do you want, Maverick? I want to test him at least once a week.
Once a week is fine.
So-
So I don't know what days you like to do.
Well, I'm gonna do it random. That way he doesn't know, because if he knows, he can prepare. So that's why. It's at some point next week, we'll call him to test. Okay, just be ready. Don't use, man. Don't. I'm giving you the opportunity now for you to stop on your own. Do you understand, Mr. Bennett? All right, man. Good luck. Okay, thanks.